call this part 2. Alright, here we go. Potash. I don't ride potash cars. Where's this train going? Train going to North Vancouver. There's a potash terminal there. Last time I rode a unit was 35 years ago. We call it the passenger ride. You get in there, it's nice and cozy, nice and warm. You got everything you need. It's like you're on a passenger train. That's why most of us don't ride locomotives. Well, the other train's still there. I want to see if he backs up. And while I wait for him to back up or go forward, I'm going to sit here and enjoy the Heineken. One day I'm going to learn how to drink this shit. Until then, I won't be drinking because this shit really tastes like, well, not what I'd like to drink. That's why I don't drink. I really don't like the taste. Finish this real quick for you, Mr. Stobe, and then that's it. Last time you see me having a beer, most likely. Unless I wish to have another beer for you, Mr. Stobe. Or Crazy Angel. Or Wild Bill. I'd be more than happy to have a beer for Wild Bill. That I would. The same with Mr. Stringer. I would love to have sit there and have a beer with TNT. Okay, like I was saying, what do you think's happening with the train? Obviously, I didn't get on it. So it kind of looks like it's backing up, right? Well, I'm not going to watch the train back up to make my point. Obviously, they believe I might be getting on this train. This train will just sit here for a little bit until they figure out whether or not I got on the train. And then they'll hotshot it backwards into the yard and have police waiting there to arrest me and detain me for trespassing. But that's okay. I'm not getting on the train because I have no reason to. And normally they don't stop like this. And so there you go. If he was hitching into other units, he wouldn't be where he is now. He would have backed up a lot more than he did. A lot more. And so, we'll see what happens unless another train is coming by. Let me enjoy the beer from Mr. Stobe. I really appreciate all you guys doing your homework. Keep your legs, keep your arms, keep your body. Here we go. Let's see if he's gonna head out. He's picking up a bit of speed. If they were all hoppers, it'd be a good time to get on. You also got to practice with caution with junkers like this. Sometimes they drop off these cars in unexpected areas, and so you got to be really attentive. These are all suicide. No balcony, no balcony. You can tell by reading them. AOKX, AOKX. We're gonna see what he does. We're gonna see if he backs right up again. Because now he's got grainers in front of me. They might be picking up a pile of IMs that are in that yard. We'll find out. We'll see. Personally, it's not what I'm looking for. I'd be looking for, depending how far I want to go, I'd be looking for mostly grain hoppers. Most people go looking for the crew change guide. They find the streets, they sit there and realize trains don't go by. I ride with experience. So we're going to see what he's going to do now. Because he parked hoppers in front of me. Well, there you go. I'm going to see if he backs all the way back into the yard. See, riders are hungry. They'll get on a train right away. They'll find a place to ride, they'll get on, and then they'll back them right back into the yard with you on there. Because you weren't being attentive to what was going on. And because they spotted you. So they're fishing. They pull out a train and they're fishing for you. And everyone partakes in the game. Gotta be real smart when you ride train. That's why I don't drink and I don't do drugs. I could also be reading him wrong. He might be backing into other parts of the manifest. A problem with that is, majority of times they already build up their manifest and they just leave with it. Doing what they're doing with all those locomotives, time consuming, it costs a lot of cash for gas. Well, I'm going to sit here and finish off this beer. Well, could have picked up some IMs. We'll see. I don't ride hot shots, so I don't really care for this junker. This is what Stobe and Wingman would have seen. They would have sat here drinking their beer, eating something. No KFC around here. They might have gone into the Tim Hortons, or they might have gone to Wendy's and picked up a little bit of food, a little bit of grub, because Mr. Stobe likes to eat. Then they would have made their way down here into this area on a low tide, so they would have examined when the low tide is. And then they would have sat around again, drinking beer, waiting for a grain hopper to come out. So what's going on here is not really normal for the activities here. It's another reason why, if I was an inexperienced rider, I would have been caught on the train. And I don't think it's going anywhere. But I might be wrong. We're at 12 minutes left. 12 minutes to drink this beer, Mr. Stobe. Yes, I smoke cigarettes. You know what's funny? People like Canadian Hopper, they post shit against me. They don't fucking know me. They don't know a fucking thing about me. And you gotta practice caution in this world. You gotta make sure you don't speak shit about people you don't know fucking shit about. That can get a person killed. A lot of people love me. A lot of people in America like me. They don't like the garbage him and Studa Jew post against me. Them two people are like fucking hornets. We don't want them in the FTRC, and we don't want them in the AARC, and we don't want them in the CRRC. That's the way it goes when you're nasty. One thing you'll learn fast in life, never backstab a fucking rider and give you a nasty fucking reputation. So that's the way it is there. I unblocked Canadian Hopper there. He went back on and started shitting on me, called me a schizophrenic. I run the Referendum Party of Canada. I don't have schizophrenia. I'm very upfront about what I say and what I do. And all the pictures I posted, I took myself. They date back over 40 years. So for this shithead, who's a fucking greenhorn, doesn't know a fucking thing about trains, who gave bad advice to Brave Dave, talking shit about me, he should fucking correct his ways, a little fucking shithead. So there you go, man. Something about me. I got a lot of respect. I got respect because I show respect. And it's something Studa Jew and Canadian Hopper, a name from a dead FDRC member, a member who died of cancer. I mean, that's the kind of fucking psychopath I deal with online, and why I banned him. Stobe, beer for you, brother. Much love. Beer for all you FDRA members, my brothers. Cheers. Ah, tastes like shit. I'm getting fucking kind of like lightheaded. And I feel like puking. But there you go. High line there, would have slapped this out of my hand. Mr. Boone would be disciplining me right now for doing this. They don't want me drinking, never did, never will. This is just for you, Stobe, and the rest of the FDRA members, FDRC members who passed away, like Mr. the Frog. Rest in peace, brothers. Man, a claim I'm not be what I be. I'm a fucking retard. Fucking retard. Riders be telling me he'd be jealous. He'd be posting that he's the founding father of the CRRC, and then I went and grabbed it from them. It's a fucking retarded. Okay, I got 5 minutes left. Told you, this train's not going anywhere. It's basically just fishing, trying to get me on the train, and then they're going to go forward a little bit with different grain cars, and then they'll back right up if they think I'm even on it. That's because I went to the yard there where the the Express there, West Coast Express goes. And so they got a bunch of cameras out there on poles. Then cars and trucks started showing up, which tells me that they're well aware of where I am and what I'm doing. My favorite train is a Midnight Express. If you want to catch me, it's a favorite train of mine is a Midnight Express. You might as well pull them all over and check them. You might find me one day. And you better pull it over where you normally pull it over, because I'll be off it real fast switching places. Ah, Mr. Stobe, wish you'd still be alive, brother. man, I'd bring you back home here and take you for a nice long ride up north. Then take you to Prince George. Wingnuts up there. Fucking hillbillies. Remind me of the South. The South of the United States. Going to Virginia, going to Georgia, going to Carolina, going to all them places there. Wingnuts. Same with Louisiana. Man, I met a ton of wild people in Louisiana. Bakersfield. Man, I love Bakersfield. Hey, look, that's me. Okay, we got something else coming in. It seems like it's the West Coast Express. We got 5 minutes left there. We'll see if it's a West Coast Express. That might be what they're waiting for. They might be waiting for a West Coast Express to go by. Or it's another train that's got priority over this train. I bet you it's a West Coast Express. 5 minutes left. That's why I love train spotting. Looking for spots where you can get on freight trains. The information I give you guys is just the tip of the iceberg. The reason I don't post much about it is because, well, law enforcement, who knows if they're following, who knows if they're not following. I don't want to take the chance. A lot of spots I love. When I first started doing this, posted about, now you go there, fucking double fence, triple fence. You got to go through 2 fences or 3 fences now. So you learn by your mistakes. And don't say I ruined it for others, because the places I'm talking about are in the city, okay? I love riding out of the city. Reason is because I got a ton of cameras and security, and it's a challenge for me to but I know a few spots where I can crawl in and get on a grainer and fuck the fuck out of there. Yeah, I got something slowly rolling in. And if there's people on it, then they're CP rail enforcement. I'm not on CP rail property, I'm off their property. Cheers, Mr. Stobe. There's a pole right there. He would have went this way. He would have made it to this pole, and that's in the video. He boogies on the freight train after. I like the trains that leave at 2, 3 in the morning. What they're famous for too, as well, is at times they got a locomotive that drives by and they got 2 law enforcement officers, one on each side of the locomotive. One looks this way, the other looks that way. And they try to look into the holes as they go by to make sure that the train don't have riders on it. But for me, I don't know what they're doing, and I wouldn't be on this train. Getting much closer. I love the sound of the locomotive. Now it looks like possibly a CN. Yep. CN train. I didn't know CN had track priority. That might be the oil train, CN's oil train. It's something you guys gotta understand. CN does use the CP yard. CP does use the CN yard. And so they do switch them up, where sometimes you see a CP locomotive going that way instead and going out towards Fort Langley. It makes no difference to me, because the trains I get on are dedicated trains. They head out in one direction, they leave at a particular time. And it's a perfect ride for me. That's it, 42 seconds. To all FDRA members that passed away, all FDRC members that passed away. Cheers to you. "20 seconds.